Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of a new series for this channel called Brawl for the Belts. No, this is not copied from anywhere. This is an original idea, and I don't know why you would get the implication that it's not. Moving on. Brawl for the Belts is basically just going to be a multitude of championships fought for over different various episodes with 4 different championships, including the Iron Championship, the Tag Team Championship, or title, whatever you want to call either of them, the Covenant Championship, and the Challenger Championship. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start off by getting into the first fight, which is for the Iron Championship. Every single title is up for grabs tonight, as this is the first episode, and we want to get all our champions done tonight. So, without further ado, let's get our first 2 contenders into the arena, or should I say 3. Well, there they all are. We have Blacksmith with that extremely powerful hammer and that extremely durable wedge, looking to see if they can, well, just break their opponents and possibly outlast them. Then we have the newcomers, the new clusterbot team of Duo Decillion, 2 full-body spinners looking to create some chaos. But they are newcomers, so it'll be interesting to see how they perform tonight. But without further ado, let's get the fight underway and see who will be claiming the Iron Championship.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
And we are off. The battle for the Iron Championship has commenced, and Blacksmith, and immediately losing their wedge in the side panel. Well, Duo Decillion already getting some early damage. Blacksmith seems to still be functioning well, though, without the parts. I mean, it still can, but none of those are essential to the drive or the functionality of it, but it's definitely going to be taking a lot more damage without that wedge, but still pushing back against Duo Decillion, or at least one half of them. One of them is in the corner getting hit by the pulverizer, the other one's just in the corner. And Blacksmith going and just hitting the other one with the hammer even more. Well, it seems like Blacksmith is definitely not holding back with that hammer, trying to get some good damage. Ooh, and there's a nice shot from Duo Decillion, but they seem to have gotten flung further back than Blacksmith did. Blacksmith backing into Duo Decillion and just missed. Well, now they've got Duo Decillion in the corner. This could be a problem for Duo Decillion. We don't know how durable they are in comparison to being hit by axes, or I guess in this case hammers. But the pulverizer continuing to just wail upon Duo Decillion, or at least a half of it. But now Blacksmith letting them out of the corner. Duo Decillion driving away, spinning up the speed. Blacksmith going after them, kind of monster trucking their way on top of them. Now the other half of Duo Decillion coming out of the corner finally. It seems maybe have taken some damage, seem to have been a little stunned. Blacksmith getting some more hammer shots in. And now Duo Decillion, we don't exactly know how much durability they have, again, like I said, when it comes to axes. But it seems like they're holding up decently well. Blacksmith still getting some good hits. Duo Decillion seems to be trying to push back, but as they're a spinner, they don't really have much pushing power. Blacksmith getting some good hits, and now it seems like Duo Decillion's just sitting still, and Blacksmith pushed them against the wall. Duo Decillion slightly moving. There we go. They start moving again. Blacksmith charges straight back into them. Blacksmith just being the bully here in this fight. I think we know who's going to be getting aggression for this fight and possibly control if it goes to the judges. But Blacksmith still continuing to get some good hits, and I think Duo Decillion has stopped moving. I think both members of Duo Decillion are just dead on the spot. I think they've stopped moving. Yeah, I think Blacksmith is going to get the win by KO. Wow, alright, well, your winner is Blacksmith. Blacksmith take the Iron title, so congratulations to them. Very good job to the Blacksmith team.
Well, what a fight to start off the night. Blacksmith, the master of the forge, able to take the win over the newcomers of Duo Decillion. Duodecillion were able to rip off Blacksmith's wedge and other parts almost immediately, but Blacksmith showed that that didn't really matter, and they were able to outlast Duodecillion. Duodecillion seems to be lacking in the durability department, but I'm sure they can improve on that as the time goes by. But up next, it's the Covenant title up for grabs, and we have 4 robots challenging each other to see who will be taking the title. So, without further ado, let's see who all will be joining us for the Covenant title match, and let's get them into the arena. Well, there they all are yet again. In the red square, we have the one and only newcomer to our series in this fight. We have Cobalt from the BattleBots and Robot Wars team, and they have now made their way to BrawlBots. So, we welcome Cobalt to BrawlBots here. And challenging them, of course, we have Viper. Viper is a very powerful flipper, one of which we actually have not seen that much yet. Viper is relatively new to our competition. And of course we have Volcanic, the omni-wheel drive rammer, who is looking to, well, I guess just kind of survive amongst all 3 of these other dangerous weapons. And speaking of, we have Afterthought, who is a very powerful vertical spinner, and they have recently upgraded, and now they have a wedge, much more durable armor, and a much more reliable streamech and weapon system. So, it'll be interesting to see all of these robots in action, as they're all relatively new, or at least in some form are new. But, without further ado, let's get the fight underway and see who is going to be taking home the Covenant title.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
And we are off. Cobalt and Volcanic immediately charging at each other, and now Viper and Afterthought sizing each other up. It seems like we're gonna have 2 1v1s, and Afterthought getting a massive hit on the Viper, flipping them over and getting more hits as well now. And Viper is upside down. Ooh, they've taken some damage, it seems, to the top. They've lost one of those decorational spikes, so that's not really too much of a problem for them, as it's only there for aesthetic. Viper has flipped Afterthought over now, and Cobalt going after Volcanic, nearly Udaing them twice there, my goodness. Cobalt's got a very powerful spinner that everyone needs to be careful about. And now Volcanic charging back, but it seems like Cobalt's got the lower ground clearance, and now a good hit from Cobalt again. And now Cobalt just continuing to just have Volcanic just be pinned against the sidewall and just continuing to just hit them over and over and over again with that spinner. Viper now seeming to almost help Afterthoughts outright. They do have a Shrimmek though, so not really necessarily, but, you know, I guess good to get some aggression points with the flipper. And now Afterthought charging into Viper's face yet again, now kind of bending the flipper back, although it does have a stopper to prevent it from going too far. However, if it does lose that stopper, it could be in trouble, because it could be victim to going too far. And now Afterthought, getting some good hits on Viper again, and there's a good little charge. Oh, and now seeming to switch targets. Cobalt going after Afterthought now. Oh, a good hit onto Afterthought's front. Afterthought, and they've lost the wedge. Well, that's not good, because that is their primary key to getting underneath other robots. So it seems like Afterthought might be in trouble here, as they do not have any kind of ground game at all now. As we know, Afterthought did have that problem before it upgraded to what it is now, but Afterthought getting pinned in the corner by Volcanic here. And now Cobalt going after Viper, getting some good hits. Ooh, lifting it up again and again there. And now seeming to either try and just get a lot of damage or just try and flip Viper over, and nearly doing so there. Now Cobalt backs away, going after Viper again. Volcanic lets Afterthought go out of the corner. Afterthought trying to hit Volcanic, but not low enough, and now getting shoved into the screws by Volcanic. Well, the screw's not able to pick Afterthought up, so it's just dragging it over to the corner. Afterthought switching back to Cobalt as a target, but Cobalt swings them around and brings them into the corner. Now Afterthought getting hit by the Pulverizer here, and that seems to have bent the Shrimmek arm a little bit. That's not good. as Afterthought needs that to self-right, so that could be suspect damage. But now Volcanic and Viper are over in the corner. Cobalt getting some good hits on Afterthought again, and it seems like Afterthought really has no response for them as it doesn't have a ground game and its spinner is currently stopped. So, oh, there it spins again and gets a little bit of hit, or gets a little hit onto Cobalt, but nothing like what it could be if it had the wedge to feed it into it. But now, Cobalt, ooh, getting some hits onto Afterthought's rear, as Afterthought pointed it towards them. But unfortunately, that wedge is primarily used for horizontals, so against a vertical spinner, it's probably not going to be that effective. And now, ooh, Viper getting shoved around by Volcanic, and ooh, some good driving here from the Volcanic team. But now it seems like Volcanic is actually being shoved into the corner by Viper now. And now Viper, without a flipper wedge, able to flip Volcanic over anyway. Well, that's a surprise, as they don't have a flipper wedge to flip anything with, but apparently they were able to get underneath Volcanic somehow. Now Volcanic drags him into the corner, and now Cobalt getting some good hits onto both Viper and Volcanic, and as you can see, Viper's flipper seems to have gone way further than it's supposed to. I think that flipper stopper got removed, and I think Viper's flipper might be high centering the robot now, but I could be wrong. And now, seems like they are trying to lift themselves back up, but Volcanic shoving them over into the corner. And it seems like they are not able to get back over. That seems like just too much weight for the flipper to actually handle. And Volcanic sent careening out of the arena by Cobalt. Well, now it's just a 1v1 between Afterthought and Cobalt. Well, I did not imagine it would be a 1v1 between these two, but lo and behold, here we are. Cobalt still getting some really good hits, ripped off another part of Afterthought's front panel, I guess. The thing that holds the wedge. And now, oh, a massive hit from Cobalt and Afterthought. Or, well, more Cobalt, I guess. Now another good hit. Cobalt trying to shove Afterthought into the corner, but backs away. Afterthought, ooh, getting hit again and again. I don't think they really have an answer for Cobalt here. Now flipped onto their back. Ooh, this could be a problem as their Shrimak was bent the last time we saw it. And it seems like it's struggling to self-right here. I don't know. Oh, Cobalt getting some good hits. Are they trying to rip the Shrimak off? That is a good idea, because that would seal the deal. And it seems like they have. They have ripped off the Shrimak arm. I don't think Afterthought can self-right anymore. So I think that means Cobalt is gonna be the winner. Well, there you go. Afterthought's just struggling to crawl across the arena floor with their spinner. But Cobalt is the winner of the Covenant title. The first time in Brawl Bots, and they instantly won a title. Wow. Well, that is a powerful machine. You can't really be too surprised. But your winner is Cobalt, taking on everything in its path, and was able to take it all out. So Cobalt takes the Covenant title, and do it on their first time in Brawl Bots. That is definitely some kind of record, or it's definitely impressive. But Cobalt, definitely one to be feared. Congratulations to them. They get the title.
Well, another incredible fight, and the Covenant Championship going to Cobalt. Their first time here, and they've already won a championship of some kind. Can't say I'm too surprised, as Cobalt has shown that they are an extremely good robot before, but they did use a lot of different techniques to beat their opponents. Afterthought, losing its Shrimak was its downfall. Cobalt got a massive hit on Volcanic, sending it careening out of the arena, and Viper, maybe not taken out by Cobalt, but their flipper stopper got ripped off, and that caused the flipper to basically just high center the robot, meaning it couldn't move, and the flipper did not have enough power to lift the entire robot back over itself. So, your winner of the Covenant title, Cobalt. But now, before our main event, we have one last title, the Tag Team title. This, of course, will be using tag team rules, and without further ado, let's get our two tag teams into the arena and see who will be taking home the title. Well, there they are, the two tag teams. We have Team Arctic of Blizzard and Snowstorm coming out of retirement for a little bit just to have some fun in the tag team division. And then, of course, we have Team Deep Sea Horrors of Tsunami and Anchor. Tsunami and Blizzard going out first for their respective teams. So, without further ado, let's get this match underway and see who the tag team title will go to.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Well, here we go. Tsunami and Blizzard both off immediately, and Blizzard getting underneath Tsunami and getting a good flip, now trying to shove them into the corner, the wall. Tsunami still flipped over, and now Blizzard getting flipped over by Tsunami. And now Tsunami, getting pushed back by Blizzard. But now Tsunami gets underneath and getting a good flip on the Blizzard. Blizzard now flipping Tsunami and itself over in the process. Tsunami flipping Blizzard multiple times. Can they get Blizzard out of the arena here? It doesn't seem like they will. But now Tsunami still on a roll, flipping Blizzard over and over and over again. And that's Blizzard out of the arena. Snowstorm coming in now and taking on Tsunami, getting underneath them immediately. Well, Snowstorm is a very old machine, but it still definitely packs a punch, as it was one of the highest Cs in the last season that it competed in, and it got Tsunami out of the arena! It is now a 1v1 between Anchor and Snowstorm. Well, this is a battle of old versus new, as Anchor is one of the newest bots to Brawl bots just in general. We haven't seen them do much, really, anything yet. But Snowstorm is one of the oldest robots here, competing all the way back in Season 1. And now Snowstorm charging back into Anchor over and over and over again. That spinner definitely is something to be wary of, but now, I think they flipped Anchor over with that flip right there. And, well, they definitely did with there. I don't know if they flipped it back over or what, but they definitely flipped it over, I could say that. But now, Snowstorm, a good hit from Anchor, but Snowstorm comes charging back in, and Anchor not getting a second to breathe. And that's Anchor out of the arena! Snowstorm carries Team Arctic, and they get the win. Blizzard did do something, as it flipped Tsunami a couple times, but my goodness, your winner is Snowstorm, carrying Team Arctic for the tag team title. Well, Snowstorm shows that it may be old, but it still definitely packs a punch with that flipper. And it's definitely something to be wary of. And again, Snowstorm was one of the most successful robots back when it was competing. But your winners are Blizzard and Snowstorm. They get the tag team title.
Well, that fight may have been a little bit shorter than the rest, but still just as good as the other two. It started out with Blizzard and Tsunami going at each other. Blizzard getting a couple of good flips and Tsunami returning the favor. But Tsunami was eventually able to get Blizzard over into their corner with Anchor and actually, flip Blizzard out of the arena. And then Snowstorm coming in, and eventually they were able to get underneath Tsunami, not giving them an inch. And eventually they flipped Tsunami out of the arena, meaning it was just a 1v1 of Anchor and Snowstorm. And Snowstorm was able to handle the power of Anchor and eventually get it out of the arena. So, Snowstorm and Blizzard of Team Arctic are your winners and are the tag team champions for now. So, congratulations to them. But now, it is time for our main event, our main title, the Challenger title. This title is reserved for only the biggest and baddest of them all. So, without further ado, let's see who will be competing for the Challenger title tonight in our first episode and our first main event. And there they both are, the two juggernaut titans of the robot combat world, our reigning Brawl Bots champion, Black Diamond Requiem, one of the best and most durable robots out there, withstanding so much pressure and so much heat and so much just immense amounts of force from its opponents. And yet it is able to stand up to it all and got the championship now trying to go for the challenger title as well. But standing in their way, another champion, a former champion, and a returning legend. We haven't seen this robot in years, but it is back. We have Rainbow of Death, a full body spinner, and it is now invertible, mitigating its primary weakness back when it was still competing earlier on. But it was able to win a championship back then without being invertible, so who knows what they can do being invertible now. But we'll have to see, as it's going to be fighting one of the most durable robots we've ever seen, taking out spinner after spinner after spinner. And able to get past every single thing in its way to get to our current Brawlbots champion. But let's see which of the champions is better. Without further ado, let's get the challenger title match underway.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Well, we're off, and we jump straight into the action as Black Diamond Requiem tries to get a box rush, but they miss. And both robots sizing each other up. Black Diamond Requiem getting a couple little jabs in there. Rainbow of Death spinner, though, definitely something to be wary of. And a massive hit there. And now Black Diamond Requiem shoves him into the corner. And now, Rainbow of Death escapes. But it seems like Black Diamond Requiem has already taken some damage to the top bit of its wedge, kind of there to just stop spinners from going too high. And it seems like they've lost the other half now, but shoving Rainbow of Death into the corner yet again. Getting some good rams and hits with the pulverizer. Rainbow of Death escapes, though, back up to full speed. And now, a massive hit, sending Rainbow of Death airborne there. That was a huge hit. And now, and again. And Rainbow of Death just accidentally flipped Black Diamond and Requiem over onto their side. Black Diamond and Requiem able to self-ride before Rainbow of Death can do anything. These are some long names, I'm going to say that now. But a good hit from Black Diamond and Requiem yet again. And Rainbow of Death continuing to just get back up to full speed every time. And oh my goodness! What the hell? There you go, that's the finishing blow. Ring the bell. This fight is over with one knockout punch from Rainbow of Death to seal the deal. And oh my goodness, separating the body from the bottom panel. Well, that was instantaneous. Rainbow of Death just got one hit, and Black Diamond Requiem has been scattered into multiple pieces across the arena. Rainbow of Death spinning in the center of the arena, looking proud, as they should, because they have just won the challenger title. So congratulations to them. But they will have to defend it from here on out, so it'll be interesting to see that.
Well, what a fight to finish off the night. Our first Brawl for the Belts episode, and it was a great one. We saw all 4 titles get taken for the first time ever. Blacksmith, the Master of the Forge, taking the Iron title. Cobalt, the Blazing Metal British Fury, taking the Covenant title. Team Arctic, freezing the sea to get the Tag Team title. And Rainbow of Death, absolutely shattering Black Diamond Requiem into more pieces than you could even count. Rainbow of Death takes the Challenger title, and that caps off our first Brawl for the Belt episode. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, all that fun YouTube crap, if you have not done so already. But the next episode of this will hopefully be coming out shortly after this one, as this is a series I would love to continue, as it seems like fun, based off of the other people that I have seen do it. What? Yeah, so anyway, that should be all for now. So I hope you guys enjoyed. But anyway, goodbye, and take care.